Over the last couple of years, I've had the blessing of meeting people from two different walks of life. The one are people just like me or who started out like me and slowly are making their way up. I'm talking about my batchmates, my colleagues. There are some of the friends across school or college, some of the batchmates who are in touch with me, the daily, day-to-day people that we meet. The other end of the spectrum are the people I've always looked up to. I've had the opportunity and blessing to get to meet them in person. People like Deepak Kanakaraju, Dr. M.V. Priyank, Ankur Variku, Siddharth Rajshekhar. Now, these are few in India, across the globe as well. Vishen Lakhiani, Eric Edmiedes, just to name a few. I've kind of had the opportunity to meet them and connect with them as well. So when I look at when I analyze these two spectrums of life, I observe that the former, which is the normal people we speak to, we don't necessarily feel that we are being listened to. Rather, it is us giving us our time, attention, and energy to them. But the other spectrum of people, irrespective of the amazing work that they do, when you are actually with them, they are instantly creating an influence for you, around you, with you, teaming up together. In this episode, welcome firstly to episode number 23. We're going to decode the science, the art, the techniques, and methods of how to use public speaking to create influence. Over the last couple of years, I'm talking about 5 to 6 years to be precise, I've been trying to move myself from this part of the spectrum to the other part. And it's not because I want to become an influencer or anything of this sort. No, I just want to adapt towards the kind of person that I would like to show up for me, if not anyone else. Today, if I'm in trouble, in any form of not feeling too good or feeling a little bad, feeling slightly unwell, I can still be in position to bounce back just by talking to myself. So I need to be worthy of it. Let's go one by one. It all begins with the concept of real influence versus fake influence. So let's go one by one. If you observe, there's a lot of time that those people give you. There's a lot of trust that gets built, and they create that safe space around you so that you are comfortable to share every single thing that you want. Let me give you a hypothetical scenario. Let's just say you meet someone like a Shah Rukh Khan or a Tom Cruise. What do you think you would be telling them? Is it your story? Would you allow them to talk, or you are just going to share? Oftentimes, if you've seen all those big feature interviews where the not so popular influencers are meeting some of the greatest influencers, maybe any of those influencers that meeting a Shah Rukh Khan or a Tom Cruise, you will find that they are just sharing. And I'm a big fan of your movies. I just love the work that you do and all. And the way that they are doing is thank you, smiling, creating that space, listening, and that's what makes them who they are. Isn't it? Now, I know I'm probably pushing the bar a little too high, but the kind of work that I'm doing right now, every single day, talking to you and building Sun's Den, building the cohort, and really creating that influence, the intention is I want to be so valuable for the world so that at some point of time I can have people like Tom Cruise, people like Talaiva, people like Shah Rukh Khan to be my 3 a.m. buddies, but they can call me whenever they want for any kind of help that they need, and I can have that same relationship with them. Now I know what kind of standard I need to take myself right up there to be eligible to do so, but again, that's quite a good call to work towards, right? And the best way to get started is to actually be and embody the way the principles that they follow through. So it's all about creating that space, and also they make you feel understood every single time they speak. When you speak to them, you feel like they're understanding you. And it's not just that. If they This is a very interesting one. If they feel seen, they'll listen. If they feel safe, they'll change. That's the thought process that they always embody, and that's why they are able to create that influence. Now, how can you do the exact same? The first, it starts with the emotional connection, which means setting the intention to express a lot of empathy. And empathy begins with smile. Empathy begins with the tone in which you are talking. All of these little things matters. Like, I have seen people shift when I've told, whether it's my friends, whether it's my family members, when I tell them that, listen, I understand where this is coming from, it just breaks the ego and puts it aside. By default, they're able to open up with me. I've done this with my dad, my mom, my brother. And all the more why any important scenario comes in, they want to talk to me first before anyone else. So if that's supposed to happen, you need to put yourself in the other person's shoe at that specific point of time. So when you use phrases like, I really get why this matters to you, or matching their tone, their pace, their body language, their energy, the way they are breathing. And if you just make that observation, really human beings, us, are the greatest psychological beings on the planet, which means we can immediately learn, observe, model, mimic, process, and immediately implement. Why not use the maximum? Why not use the most of it when we have the chance? So if I were in your shoes, I'll probably feel the same. So the next time, what would you like to do is you'd just like to just calm down and listen to them attentively, put your phone aside, all of those things. And as and when they share, based upon whatever you've just told me, you've been going through this, and it's making you this. I completely feel you. And the moment you're able to summarize every single thing that they've shared with that tonality, you see the tonality that I'm having right now, this tonality, they will know that you care. So that's about emotional connection. The second is credibility through clarity. You will never you'll never see a Shah Rukh Khan or a Tom Cruise say that I'm the greatest actor on the planet. No, they never do. They always say that I'm the most hardworking actor on the planet. And that's because their actions and why they are taking those actions signifies every single thing. And the best way to go about it, the best way to plan that and manage that is simply taking one line tests. So, for example, you will often hear them, the influencers, give you very, very simple questions that helps you achieve more clarity. It's more related to points like, points like, what? Can you please explain that to me in a little detailed manner? I didn't get you. I would love to know a little more about it. When you ask someone and drive them to give the answers through your questions, immediately you give clarity. Clarity is not about telling them what to do, it's inspiring them to find out the answers by themselves by asking a proper question. I remember Yogeshwari showed me this little reel where someone splashed water on Tom Cruise and he's just asking, why would you do that? And I'm just trying to know why would you do that? What, what would you feel if I did that to you? So I'm just trying to understand why would you do that? Immediately there was a some form of a defense, and I'm sorry. No, I understand you're sorry. I just want to know why would you do that? The tonality was curiosity, not charging or barraging. Now, I've done this mistake a couple of times. I've talked to people and I kind of charged them straight away through, didn't really feel so good. But over the years, I've learned my lessons that the more you inquire, the easier it is to help the other person develop clarity and you improve your credibility as well. The third thing is reciprocity, which means influence through respect. And the best way to give respect is to just validate what they are sharing, whether it's a perspective, whether it's a belief. Well, you might just be right about that. Thank you for sharing. And when you do so, uh, you are allowing yourself to open up into what they are trying to say. No, it's pretty interesting. What you just shared with me, it's not something that, it's not an angle that I had ever considered before. I'm definitely going to rethink on this. So what you're doing is you're allowing your ego to go down, and at the same time you're exploring the possibility of what can I learn from this. And the fact that you're validating the other person, reciprocating what they are feeling, sharing, addressing to you, it becomes far easy for you to work towards it, isn't it? Now, having said all this, here are the three places where you can immediately put this into action. The first is any conversation. So any difficult conversation is going on, listen, I know what that it's tough. I just want to, is it okay if I share what helped me? The second, on stage, when the audience feels, when you feel that your audience is not really connected to what you're sharing, maybe you're sharing some theoretical stuff. How many of you would like to hear a story related to this where my face was on the ground and leg was on top of the air? Show of hands. You will have a giggle and everyone would be eager to listen to your story. If you are in leadership, once you've shared, I would love for you to know, what do you think that's going to work? I want to know your perspective on this. Check this out and engage. So these are some of the important techniques and methods that has been working for me. I want you to understand that you will face certain scenarios in your personal life, professional life, which is going to demand you to stamp your authority and influence in that conversation or in that present scenario. It's not always necessary that you need to be a Tom Cruise or a Shah Rukh Khan to do so. You can even be who you are and be an influence of the people around you. Do share your lessons. All the notes are below. You can check out in the newsletter. If you're new here, like, share, and subscribe. Today, I'm so happy that we have moved to this particular episode itself, because from the next couple of episodes onwards, we're going even deeper in a lot more topics. So I'll see you in the next one.